Hi guys, how are you? Just coming to you from the church here in the library. Such a nice, peaceful, beautiful place. But I missed you guys last night, so I wanted to record the video just to kind of give you the story of the lesson that we would do. And there'll be some downloads that'll come to your parents, so then you can color and make a cute little craft that I made. But you guys remember last week when we talked about the story of Joseph and his coat of many colors? That story actually took place 200 years before the story of Moses, which is who I want to talk to you about today. The people were from the family of Joseph that they were called the Israelites or the Hebrews. And as it happens, there were more and more Israelites than ever before. The Israelites had children, and their children had children, and soon there was too many to even count. Most of the Israelites lived in Egypt, where there were also a lot of people called the Egyptians. Too bad they couldn't just all see each other as the same, because the Egyptians actually looked very different than the Israelites looked. But as you'll soon find out, the Israelites and the Egyptians were treated very differently. Anyway, a new king was called Pharaoh, and he had come into power of Egypt. He didn't like it that there were so many Israelites, and he thought that one day he was going to take over the land. So he decided to make all the Israelites into his slaves. He made them work from early in the morning till late at night, doing a lot of hard work. Like basically they had to do all of the hard work. Even if they were tired, the Egyptians would not give them a break, and sometimes they even abused them. They would just make them work harder, and it was just a miserable time for them. Pharaoh did all of this, and he still was not a happy person. The Israelites were still growing in number, so he decided to make even a new law after that. If any of them were to have a boy, a baby boy, they were going to have to kill them. Now, if they had a little girl, they could keep the girls. But if they gave birth to any little boys, then they were to die. Pharaoh did all of this, and this was just a terrible, terrible time for most of the families and the parents. At this time, there was an Israelite couple who were expecting to have a baby. When they had a baby boy, whose name is actually Moses, they decided to hide him because they didn't want anyone to kill this precious, beautiful baby of theirs. They hid Moses for 3 months, but as he got older, he didn't sleep as much, and he cried a lot louder than he did before. So his parents did the only thing that they could do, and they made a strong, big basket, sort of like a little mini baby boat. So I would assume it would probably be about this size. Small enough to put a baby in there. They put blankets around the baby, and they placed the basket in the grass near the Nile River. And the grass was pretty tall, so when you see the little basket floating, I mean, it wouldn't be like for most people to be able to see. Baby Moses had a sister named Miriam, and she watched from a distance to see what would happen to her baby brother. While she was watching, she saw someone coming. She realized that it was actually the Pharaoh's daughter and several of her servants. They were dressed like they were famous, and she had seen her before, and she remembered what she looked like. Pharaoh's daughter had come for a swim. While she was swimming, she noticed a basket floating a little ways away in the tall grass, so she actually asked one of her servants to go see what it was. The little girl brought the basket over to her, and when Pharaoh's daughter opened it, the light startled Moses, so he woke up and he started to cry. What a sweet, beautiful baby. It must be one of the Israelites, Pharaoh's daughter said to one of her servants. Miriam had just seen what happened, and she hurried over and asked, "Would you like me to go find an Israelite woman to feed the baby for you?" And she said, "Yes, go find someone who can nurse the baby." And Miriam ran as fast as she could and told her mother that Pharaoh's daughter was actually the one who had found the baby, and that she needed someone to come nurse him. They went and they found Moses with Pharaoh's mother, and she asked them, "Please help me nurse this baby, and I will pay you for helping me." She didn't even realize that this was actually Moses' mom. Later, he actually became the son to Pharaoh's daughter, and she raised him, and she named him Moses. And that Moses means that she got him out of the water. So this story comes to us from the book of Exodus. It's actually in the 1st and 2nd chapter of Exodus, and there's so much more that we're going to learn over the next couple weeks about Moses. But let's stop here for right now and let's talk about the courage that his mom had to have had when she put Moses in that water. I mean, I can't even imagine how scared she must be. She knew that he was safe, and she trusted Pharaoh's daughter to raise him. But more importantly, she trusted God. She knew that when she put Moses in that basket and sent him down the river, that God was going to take care of him. And that's exactly what he did. So what I want to have you do today is we have this little basket that I attached with your with this video, and you actually just cut some strips of colored paper, and you can see that I wove it. And actually, this isn't the size of what a baby would fit in, but it's actually just something kind of cute to just remind you how safe Moses was when he floated down that Nile River. And then there's a couple activities on here, like love and protection collage. So just do this with your parents. Make sure that your mom or your dad, there's a couple ideas on here that give you some fun family time. I know how much you guys love these awesome word puzzles, so I put these maze on there for you, and then there's a picture for you to color. So I miss you guys, and just continue to watch every Wednesday. We're going to be videoing until we get to meet back together again. Thank you.